what's your plan if you go homeless from the carts? Dude, I've actually thought this whole thing through. I've got the homeless meta. You gotta go get a fucking job. Don't matter where it is. Just work at McDonald's, right? You racking in paychecks. You're gonna be sleeping outside for like a month, right? But once you stack those paychecks, you gonna cop a phone, and then with that phone, you gonna download TikTok, and you gonna start posting TikToks. You gonna be like, hey, I'm homeless. This is what it's like. Put your Cash App in the bio. People start sending you gifts. And then if I didn't want to go that route, I would put all my money into a plane ticket to Costa Rica or Chile, and I would just fish all day. And eventually I would open up a fish market and I would sell it on like Saturdays, like every Saturday at like 10 a.m. the fish market would be open. And I would be racking up hella pesos or whatever currency they got down there. And I already got the Spanish Riz, que pasa puto quiero comer al gato. And then basically I would build up my fish market till it's like a fucking empire. Being a fiend isn't always sunshines and rainbows, believe it or not. It was like 3 weeks before quarantine. We was having a snow day and we was all chilling with the plug. And the plug had this little Sobe drink and he put some Zans in it. And throughout the day we were just passing it around taking sips. And that shit turned us into some gremlins. And throughout the day we didn't have any like rock cones or like swishers or nothing. So we would do the old fashioned trick where you would take a 5 gum wrapper and you peel the tin foil from the paper and we would roll the joints out of the gum wrapper. We had like 6 gum wrapper joints. We saved up in this little like Peppa Pig tin can. Now one of my friends that we were with, he wasn't allowed to be with the plug. Plug's not a good kid, right? You know, obviously. So when my friend's stepdad figures out that he's with the plug, stepdad gonna give him the band hammer. They end up shipping my friend away to military school. It's end of the day, and my friend ended up getting shipped off. They say bon voyage, bro. It crushed me, right? That was like my only good friend. My other good friend was going through it with his girl, so he didn't wanna hang out. And then after that, my only other friend was the plug. And the plug was really not my friend. He was a psychopath. We later found out. So that night, I snuck out of my window and I went under the balcony to smoke the gum wrapper joint. And so my friend got sent away to military school. And he was the one that rolled the joints, right? So when I was done chiefing, I did a little send-off ritual. So I Wu-Tanged the joint. And then before I Wu-Tanged it, I don't know if you can see it that well, but this little circle right here, I ashed it into my hand. And it didn't hurt. The next day before school, I was like, Mom, I'm not fucking going to school. And she let me stay home. And then right when she got to work, I smoked the last joint on the front porch and I felt so much better. And then the plug picked me up. And then those next 2 weeks, I just kept wishing. I kept wishing. Like, the school year's gotta end. Something's gotta happen. School year's gotta end. I didn't know what it was. But somehow the school year was gonna end. I don't know why. And then a couple weeks later, we got quarantined. So you guys can thank me. I manifested quarantine.